All right. All right, I still have to smile. So I know that we have some people from the media here tonight, so if you're looking for a headline, my suggestion would be German tech nerd meets Berkeley liberal arts major or something like that.
Yeah. It was a history major. It was not very marketable. Yeah.
All right, so I mean, I want to make it very short. I have just 2 or 3 questions for you guys, and then I want to open it up to the audience because you have covered quite a bit of the questions I wrote down in advance. But Holger, you were mentioning something about changing the direction of the company, or to use the buzzword, pivoting. Can you, or both of you, talk a little bit about that? How you realized you were on the wrong path? What made you kind of, do the shift? Was it internally? Was it out from outside? And so just talk a little bit about the pivoting.
Totally easy. If you have a core product or a core offering, and the customer doesn't want it,
You could have closed down, right?
yeah, absolutely. It's again, that's a German trait. It's the eierlegende Wollmilchsau syndrome. Probably it translates best into the.
That's one word.
That's one word.
Just asking.
Probably the all-in-one do-it-all Swiss Army knife thingy that we always want. So we had this Swiss Army knife, cool thing, and we developed products with it. Customers actually like the outcome, namely the end product of the whole thing, to use for whatever, Super Bowl, but they couldn't care less about how we did it, which was our core offering. So we found out about this. That's easy because you see checks or the lack thereof. And then his idea was, well, we have this one thing that they are really keen on. Let's focus. Let's turn around, let's pivot. Let's do the pivoting in a way where we risk everything. So we risk profitability, we start burning cash. That seems to be some sort of knighthood in the valley. You need to burn cash, otherwise you're doing something wrong. For me, that was a completely alien concept. Typically, I don't use cash for burning, normally. So, and he talked me into completely switching the whole thing into a very narrow, focused product offering. Name change and all included. And you know what? Everything went wrong that I told it went wrong, and it worked in the end. So but this is his doing. Basically, he just had an additional problem with me getting so far. Again, you need, if you're a German guy, like typical stereotype, you need someone of the liberal arts department who tells you to go and fly a kite at times. More detail to that?
Yeah, the thing is that we had a profitable business, but it wasn't sustainable because we were paying people under market, and we were getting most of our business from one customer. And this customer was starting to get offers from other vendors to do similar work for less money. And I started seeing the writing on the wall that what we were doing was going to end up becoming commodity work. And so we took a look at the things that people were asking us to do and provide them. Because every customer, they don't really want everything that you do. They want everything you do, but then all these other things, and they don't want to pay for it, right? But then we started looking and seeing that the market was shifting, and we made a bet. Yeah, we made a bet. It was slightly irrational because we were making money in our core business, but it wasn't growing. And I think part of it too is you got exhausted. That was, I think, one of the indicators for Holger was that he was responsible, along with the tech team, to build the things for every customer, and it was getting tiresome. We couldn't sustain it, and I think it was kind of a Hail Mary pass. Americanism here in football. It's like the last pass of the game, right? And we threw it and we timed it perfectly. And I'd love to say it was out of complete strategic brilliance that we did this, but it was complete luck, right? So I never buy a lottery ticket at this point because all my luck was used up in that pivot. And that's kind of how it is that you end up just being really, really lucky And you don't sit there, that's the other thing. When you're lucky, you don't sit on the lottery ticket. You cash it in and you write it for as much as you possibly can. And that's what we tried to do. And if, the cameras are rolling, we did make a couple mistakes after that, is that we then stopped listening to our customer because we thought we had a strategic vision that they all love to hear.